Right, I'm just going to show you a couple of things that I've bought, like new stuff to go with my bushcraft or survival gear. Most of this stuff's relatively cheap. Got these things here on eBay. These two on like a camping shop, and the bag, which I'll show you in a minute, was bought as a gift. So the first thing I bought was DD camping hammock, because the reason being, the last time I slept down the woods, I've said this before, last time I slept down the woods I made a raised bed. I don't like sleeping on the floor in the summer because of ticks and insects and stuff, so in the summer I'd rather sleep up off the ground. I don't mind so much in the winter, but in the summer I'd rather be off the ground. I made a raised bed last time. It took quite a lot of time to build and it wasn't particularly comfortable. It did the job, but it wasn't great. So I got the DD hammock because when I was down the woods with Daz, he had a DD frontline hammock and it did look good, decent, quick to set up, and took him like 10 minutes, if that. Might have even been 5 minutes. And he put his tarp over the top and it was brilliant. So I thought I'd get that. This is just a standard one. All it is just a hammock. If you get the DD frontline one, it's got like an insect mosquito net over the top of it. Pretty good. This one's good. What I'll do in a minute, I'll put a picture up of, I'd set it up in the garden just to try it. Didn't really know what I was doing, but I put it up and tried it and it seems right. And I've learnt a couple of things what some people have told me. Because I was laying in it straight. A few people had said the best thing to do is lay in it diagonal. I'll put the pictures up now and you can have a look at how I'd set it up. Well, that's how I'd set it up in the garden. And that's probably similar to how I'm going to set it up in the woods or whatever, unless we do, because last time we just did one massive load of tarps all over the top, and then I had my raised bed, Daz had his hammock. There's going to be 3 of us this time. A bloke called Paul's going to be with us this time as well, and he said he's got a hammock. So it depends on how we're going to set it up. I don't know yet, but we'll do something. So I got the DD camping hammock. That was £25 posted, so I was quite impressed with that. It's pretty decent. These are like double layered ones, so you can, it's got a zip on it, you can open up the zip and then put like a roll mat or something inside it. Some people say, you know, in a pinch you could put leaves and stuff in it to fill the bottom up a bit. But you put like a blanket inside it to keep your back warm or whatever. So that was that. The DD camping hammock. So one of the other things I got was another cheap camo tarp. Now the last one I had, I didn't actually realise this, but it was smaller than what I'd actually ordered. When I got it, I actually thought this was a bit small, but kind of didn't pay much attention to it. But when I got this one, now this one was supposed to be 3 metres by 2.4 metres. And I bought it specifically because the hammock is 2.7 metres by 1.4 metres, it says. So I bought 3 metres by 2.4 metres. So it should go over the length of it. So I ordered this one. It was only about 10 or 12 quid, something like that. And I looked at the label. So this is just a word of warning: if you're going to buy cheap tarps, buy bigger than what you want. 2.4 metres. 2.4 metres by 3 metres. And in this small little bit of writing underneath, what it says there is approximate cut size. 2.4 by 3 metres. Underneath it says, please note the above size is an approximate cut size, which is the size of a sheet before it is fabricated into a tarpaulin. Therefore, the finished size can be up to 30 centimetres or 12 inches shorter to allow for seams and hems. So this was supposed to be 3 metres. When I measured it with tape measure, it's 9 foot. So that is a fair bit shorter than 3 metres. I haven't actually got a tape measure on me, and I should have done it in metres, but I just quickly did it and it was in feet. So that is actually shorter than what you're buying. And normally on the websites it will just say 2.4 by 3. So if you're going to buy cheap tarpaulins, get bigger than what you're ordering. I should have ordered a bigger one. But when I put this tarp up, it does just about cover over the hammock. And like I said, these are all things which are going to be used all the time now. Right, so that's that and that. Got some green cordage. It's just, I'm just showing you this. The weird thing is, I actually didn't buy this. I actually found this in the woods. It's near enough brand new. It was in some woods I'd never been before, and I actually tripped over it and it was all wrapped around my foot. So, but I would have bought that had I seen it. So I've got some new green cordage, so that's going to be used a lot. Right. The other thing are these. It's made by Life Systems. If you can see it. Try and show the label. Life Systems Expedition Insect Repellent. This is for your skin. This one is for clothing. And both of them are supposed to stop, it says on here, inhibiting mosquitoes, ticks and other biting insects. And so is this one. This one is when you spray on your skin and rub it in. I was recommended by the bloke to get, this is what they call plus 50. And what he said, with plus 50 you can put it on, and then once it starts wearing off, which should be, it should say on here somewhere, well, whenever, it's not on there actually, must be on the label. With this one you could put it on, rub it on. When you need to apply more, you can just spray it on and rub more on. Whereas with the one what's higher than plus 50, it might be in 100 plus or something, you have to wash the old stuff off first and then apply new stuff. And I'd said where we was going there's not going to be much water and I ain't going to be like washing myself. So that's why I got that one. You can just keep applying over the top. Now this one, for clothing, footwear and outdoor gear, you're supposed to put the nozzle on and spray it on your clothes, on your boots, whatever. Leave it, I think 2 hours, and then you can use it, and I think it lasts, well, it says it shouldn't be retreated for 2 weeks, so it should last about 2 weeks, I assume. And they're insect repellents. Got that especially to stop ticks, really, more than anything. Now I just had to take the camera off the stand and show you this last thing I've got. I didn't actually buy this, this was bought as a gift for me. And the last thing is this new bag that I've been given. It's the biggest bag I've ever had, ever. And the last time I went out of the woods I had what I think is, it might have been a Swedish Army medical bag. It's just about a 30 litre bag. and that meant that everything had to be packed in it really tight. I didn't have much room for anything. Tarpaulin had to be tied on the front, sleeping bag had to be tied on the top. Now this one is 85 litres, it's massive, but it means I can fit everything in there and probably still have space as well. It's got a compartment at the bottom, and that in there I found that's big enough. This has got some stuff in it, by the way. This was big enough to fit my sleeping bag in it. It's got a big main compartment here, which you can get into from the top or from a pocket on the front. I've put some of my bushcraft gear in here already. On the lid, it's got a compartment on the top and a compartment inside, and on the top one it did have a fluorescent orange rain cover. This was the rain cover. That would go with the entire bag. It would be good in a survival situation if you wanted to be seen. Well, that's what it's called, a Highlander. It's got a bit of tape on here because I've covered up the white. The writing was in bright white, as you can see. So I covered it up just so it's a little bit darker. Highlander bag. No idea how much it costs, I didn't ask. It's got big side pockets here. Some little like net pockets on the side. 85 litre, massive great bag. I'll put it on and show you what it looks like in a minute. I'll just move this camera back. Oh, and it's got inside, it has got, it's not a frame, but it has, I think there's got two bits of crossing metal, so it's like a frame. It's got the waistband. It's quite a good design, because also, I'm not going to do it, but inside, just here, triple lock adjustable back system. You see it's got the different settings, and you can undo this and move the straps up and down on it. The good thing is with this bag, it's going to mean I'm going to be able to put, like I said, put all my bushcraft gear in it, and it'll all be inside. It's not going to be, shouldn't have to be tied on the top, tied outside, anything like that. Got this bit on the front doing over. I've put little bits of black tape on bits of stuff just to make things a little bit darker. That is fluorescent orange, but I've covered it up with a bit of tape. Comfortable, definitely comfortable. And this has already got quite a bit of my gear inside it already. So this is going to be good. Save me, I can't bear a bag where it's all tightly packed, and then when you've got to get right to something at the bottom, you've got to take everything out. I'd rather have it so there was a bit of space in there. Maybe I can just rummage and find what I want. When I did it before, that was a nightmare. And then when you finished at the end of the 3 days or whatever, and you've got to put it all back in again, and you might want to take something home, whatever, or someone's giving you something, you can't fit it in there, nightmare. So this new bag, Highlander bag, like I said, I don't know how much it's cost. It was given as a gift. I don't ask how much things cost if it was given to me. So anyway, so that's a few new things that I've got to go with my other bushcraft gear, and in about a week's time should be doing some outdoor videos, because I'm going down the woods with Daz and Paul. They might do some videos as well. And all this is the stuff I'm going to use. The hammock, the new tarp, this bag, and the other stuff I'll be using. It's just the old stuff, what I took before last time. Oh, one last thing that did surprise me was how much No, I'm not saying it's heavy, but how much one of these weighs? Quite a bit of weight in it. It's not heavy, but you know, you'd think it would just be light, just being fabric and that, but it's got a bit of weight to it. But then they do super light versions of these, you know. Well, anyway, cheers for watching, and I'll see you next time.